Criterion Games is a British video game developer based in Guildford, Surrey that are best known for their work on the award-winning racing video game series Burnout and various Need for Speed games. History: Criterion Software Limited was created in 1993 to commercialize 3D graphics rendering technology. It was set up by David Lowkey and Adam Billiard within Canon's European Research Lab, before being spun out as a majority Canon-owned startup. Criterion Software was a technology company specializing in the development of the renderware family of middleware technology, including graphics, AI, audio and physics components. Originally Criterion Games was a division within Criterion Software, set up to develop games, using the renderware engine, which would act as showcases as to what was possible with the platform. Renderware is used in such games as Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto, Vice City and Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, which are developed by Rockstar Games, and the successful Burnout series, developed in-house by Criterion Games. In August 2004, Electronic Arts announced they had acquired Criterion Games and Criterion Software for a rumoured £40 million, taking into account the purchase price and existing debt. This was followed by the release of Black, a first-person shooter set in Eastern Europe, to which they applied the action movie sensibilities characteristic of the Burnout series. After the purchase, both Criterion and Electronic Arts declared that renderware would continue to be made available to third-party customers. However, some clients decided it was too risky to rely on technology owned by a competitor. Electronic Arts has since withdrawn renderware from the commercial middleware market, although remnants are still used by internal developers. In the summer of 2006, the company closed its Derby satellite office, making all of its programmers and support staff redundant. In early March 2007, Electronic Arts combined its Chertsey-based UK development studio and Criterion Games into a new building in central Guildford. Integration of the teams did not occur and the location housed two very separate development studios, Criterion Games and EA Bright Light, before Bright Light was shut permanently in 2011. Despite being housed in the same building, Criterion Games still acts entirely independently from the rest of the Electronic Arts workforce located at Guildford. On June 14, 2010, Criterion announced that Need for Speed: Hot Pursuit was set for release in November 2010. The software utilizes a new game engine named Chameleon. On June 1, 2012, Electronic Arts announced Criterion's second Need for Speed title, Need for Speed: Most Wanted, only a few days prior to the Electronic Entertainment Expo 2012, which was released on October 30, 2012. At Electronic Entertainment Expo 2012, Criterion Games announced that it had taken sole ownership of the Need for Speed franchise. On April 28, 2013, Alex Ward announced via Twitter that the studio is planning to steer away from its tradition in developing racing games and are instead focusing on other genres for future projects. On September 13, 2013, Criterion elected to cut its staff numbers to 17 people total, as 80% of the studio moved over to Ghost Games UK to work with Need for Speed games. On January 3, 2014, it was announced that co-founders Alex Ward and Fiona Sperry have left Criterion to found a new studio. In June 2015, news site Nintendo Life reveals that in early 2011 Nintendo of Europe approached Criterion to work on a pitch for a new F-Zero game which they hope to unveil at E3 that same year alongside the then unreleased Wii U console, and potentially release the game during the console's launch period. However, the developer was unable to handle the pitch as, at the time, they devoted much of their resources into the development of Need for Speed: Most Wanted for multiple platforms. The site was tipped by an anonymous, yet reliable source, but they had confirmed this information when Criterion co-founder Alex Ward admitted that Nintendo of Europe did indeed approach the company for a potential F-Zero game on the Wii U. Alex Ward also noted on Twitter that Criterion was also offered the opportunity to work on the first Forza, Mad Max, a Vauxhall-only racer, a Command & Conquer first-person shooter and a Gone in 60 Seconds game. Games developed. References. External links. Official website, Criterion Company profile from Moby Games.